There we go. Climbing back over episode 3, Mario Kart 8. Oh, bro, I'm fucking shaking, dude. Oh my god. Alright, the microphone is back. The microphone is in front of my face. I fucked up my headphones. Okay, no, we're good. Welcome to episode 3 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm Punkinnonstop. This is Punkin Replays. By the tone of my voice, you can tell that I'm ecstatic, baby. We got those Sunday 2021 Riot Fest tickets. So your boy's finally getting to see Devo and a bunch of other cool bands. So fuck yeah. Let's get this shit. This car is also like the best car I've ever had. Oh no. Which car did I have? No. Was it this one? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I think it was this one because it had the best acceleration and shit and the lowest weight. Because I can deal with, like, slow speed as long as I can handle, like, drift and shit very fast and accelerate very fast. I'm fucking, like, good, dude. This is so nice. And I put it on PayPal credit this time because, like, it's only $200 and that won't be super hard to pay off. But I can't make a habit out of it again because then we'll get back up to $1,500 and I'll be just screaming. Here we go. Ah. Hell yeah, the dread of spending money is setting in a little bit, but I'm just too excited thinking about seeing Devo finally. Oh my god. Because I missed the chance to see them in 2010 when they were at Lollapalooza, and they still had the other Bob. There's Bob 1, Bob 2, Gerald Casale, Mark Mothersbaugh, and then Alan was the original lineup. And then Alan left a long time ago, and then he ended up passing away due to cancer, and then they got Josh Freeze primarily is their drummer, and he's very cool. He's a cool, funny dude. He's a really nice guy. And it was the original 4, like the two brothers, Mark and Bob Mothersbaugh, and then Gerald and Bob Casale. I'm sorry if I'm saying their name wrong. Casale. Yeah, and then I think 2015, Bob Casale passed away, so that really sucks. But so back then, I would have been 13 if I'd went to the Lollapalooza when they were performing. But I did not get to go see them that time because I was just a child and I had no money of my own. Had I had my own money and like couldn't have been able to drive up there, I'd have been able to go. I'd have been like, "Look, Dad, I bought the tickets. I'm going." And then he'd be like, "Oh, all right." So yeah, but now I'm an adult. I'm 23, gonna be 24, and I'll be 24 by the time the show is. I get to fucking see Devo, man. This is so awesome, dude. I've seen almost all of my favorite artists ever, except for, like, the Ramones. There's a couple that I really love. It's, like, Gorillaz, the Ramones, and, like, Twisted Sister are, like, childhood favorite bands that I... Twisted Sister still is a possibility, even though there's a couple original members that have passed away now. But Ramones, no. And Gorillaz, yeah, I just didn't get to. I actually had sort of a choice to see them a couple years ago. Some people are going to get heated in the comments. I know. But I would go see Gorillaz if they did a Demon Days tour / show. If they had a specific, like, Demon Days fucking thing in Chicago, I would go. 1,000%. But it was for their tour of, let me see, 2018, so it was, like, Humans, I think. And I was not a big fan of Humans or the other one after it, the weird blue cover. I didn't listen to Music Box Machine yet because I also figured I'd be disappointed with it. But I love their first like 3 or 4 albums, like Plastic Beach, Demon Days, Gorillaz. Those are all fucking awesome. Anything else after it has been hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? So I had the choice to see Gorillaz or 21 Pilots. It was 21 Pilots and the next day was Gorillaz, and I chose 21 Pilots because their new album Trench had just came out, and I really fucking liked them in that album. Coincidentally, today, 21 Pilots' first album since then, Scaled and Icy, came out, and it's very different. Somebody described it as music that plays in an Old Navy commercial, which not a bad thing, but I agree. It is very, like, clothing commercial vibes. It's super different from their other stuff. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just, it doesn't feel like them. It doesn't feel like there's as much, like, heart and soul into some of it. It's more of like, well, this'll sell, let's put it out kind of feel, which kind of is lame. But that being said, I did listen to it last night at like 11 o'clock, so it was like not out officially yet here, but in Ohio where they're from it was, so I got to listen to it all on their YouTube channel through the lyric / music videos, and I liked it. It was a good vibe. It's good songs, it just feels completely different than their other stuff, because every album they change their style a little bit, or drastically. But this time there was like barely any ties to their usual sound. It was all very, very new. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. Fuck you! It's just, it's weird. Because some people really hate when bands change their genres. Like, Manson always kind of did that too. I mean, I guess the Gorillaz did too, but they still had that sound, and then all of a sudden they're just like, let's just have Damon do one song on Humans, and then just get a bunch of random artists that no one's ever heard of for the rest of it. And sure, a big part of Gorillaz is the rap portions, like Demon Days. I love it, man, don't get me wrong. But just that album, it wasn't like the same couple people doing it, you know? It wasn't the same couple every song. It was like just another random artist every single song, so you couldn't get like a feel for their personality, and just I didn't like a lot of their flows or lyrics or the way that they sounded. It just didn't sit right with me. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So I gave that copy and the Weird Blue album, what is it called, 3D something maybe? I think I gave them to DJ, because I was just like, yeah, I don't care. When I got Humans, I looked at the back when I bought it online on the CD. It was just the regular version, so there could be better songs on the Deluxe that I haven't heard. But when I first seen the listing online for it, I looked at it and I looked at the tracks, and there's one called like Cold and Blue, I think, and I'm like, that's gonna be my favorite song. Just like I was looking at the names and I'm like, this is going to be my favorite song, I could tell. And then as soon as I got the album and I was listening through it, I was like, to every song. And then when that song came on, it was just the only song that Damon did where his vocals are like he's by himself. And it was so good. It was such a good song. Some artists try to go outside of the box and like get these no-name artists noticed, which is cool. I respect that. But you should do that on a side project, because a lot of people, like, if Gorillaz were to put out a side project that's like Friends of Gorillaz or something, and then they just like get a bunch of no-name up-and-coming either rappers or singers or whatever on an album that under the Gorillaz label, people would love that. But to put out an album of just random people under your name with like one song with you singing, with the main guy that everybody knows singing, it just seems a little like asinine to do that. And the previous two albums before the Sound Machine were like that, and it's just, I didn't like it at all. I did not care for it. I literally listened through them both one time and was like, I'm not even gonna... Like, usually I will try again to listen to an album multiple times that I'm iffy on, so that I can see if it grows on me or if I really just don't like it. But I disliked it so much that I didn't even feel a potential need to listen to it again. Like with Remo Drive, Everyday Degradation, when I first listened to it, thought it was kind of ass. I was really disappointed. But then it grew on me, and it's like one of my favorite albums now. And then I haven't got to listen to their newest album, Portrait of an Ugly Man, too many times, but when I first heard it, it just didn't have that same feeling to it, and I was like, I don't know. And then I listened to it a couple weeks ago, and it's still got that same like feeling to it, but it is a lot better. There's songs on it that I like now. There's a few artists like that I'm just like, I don't know. I was kind of like that with 21 Pilots Trench at first too, because it was, like I said, it was very different, but like that album has some of my favorite songs on it now too, because I just listen to it on repeat every once in a while. I'd listen to it and be like, okay, you know what, I like this song, and then the songs would start getting stuck in my head, and I was like, alright. So yeah, that's just my word on it. It's just, I just can't get off of thinking about it, because it just like, it was kind of a letdown. I will try and listen to A, the new album, and B, the other two albums from Gorillaz again, and I will come back and let you know what I think, but as of right now, that's how I feel about it. My main thing that I was getting at, though, is that it was bad enough, not that the album is, like, bad, I just personally don't like it, you know. It was bad enough for me to love that band growing up my entire life, and then when the new album came out, disappointed me so much that I didn't even get excited to listen to their newest one that came out over, like, 4 different parts during quarantine of last year. I did not click on one single fucking song. I didn't watch like any of the ads, follow any of the story. The last 2 albums disappointed me with their release so much. They were hyped up and looked all this crazy things and cool music videos or you know, like trailers, whatever, and then it just came out and was very different and underwhelming. And I'm not trying to hold it up to Demon Days, because like I said, Plastic Beach afterwards came out and I really love it. And then there's The Fall, which I think was iTunes exclusive, which is a cash grab for sure, which is why I also base my reasoning off of that, because if you release an album exclusively on a platform, that's a crash grab for you to try to get people to get onto that platform so that you can get a cut of people signing up for it, which is really shitty. YouTube did it, but they did it for free, I believe. They put Songs of Silence or whatever, out for free and everybody got it who had an Apple product, and a lot of people were like pissed at it because like I can't fucking delete this and this album is ass. So you can just feel when there's heart and soul in something sometimes, and then you can tell when it's not there and it's just to get attention or money. And that's my reasoning behind it. It just makes sense to me that was what happened, because I like The Fall, I love the first album, I love Demon Days, it's a top 5 album of mine. And then Plastic Beach is also up there too, because Melancholy Hill is like a really, really awesome song, and then the acoustic stripped down version of it from a radio show that you can find is like one of my favorite songs ever, and it's just like so amazing. So I went into the last 2 albums with this image of Gorillaz in my head, of Damon singing and the guys from Demon Days rapping, and then what came into my ear holes 2 albums in a row was nothing that I had been conditioned to expect from Gorillaz. Anyway, thank you guys for watching episode 3 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm Punkinnonstop. This has been Punkin' Replays. You can see the hobo font on the Dream Gliders in the back, which is really funny. Yeah, I love Gorillaz. Don't get me wrong, I will try those albums again. Let's see the results, and then we'll end this. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? Not too many epic plays this time. I was talking about Devo and shit and got going. Well, there we go. There's a trophy. And then we'll see if we unlocked anything. And then I'll catch you guys in episode 4. Nope, nothing. Thank you. Bye. Yes, that was me getting up.